Okay, good evening, everybody. Good. Took me a moment. I was just trying to get my volume level set and stuff. Okay, let's get straight to this. My audio values are weird right now. Oh, I got. No, let's just YOLO this. And, now we'll check if you see my dick or anything. Aha, you don't see my dick. Perfect. You see a horribly bad color balance. I thought I set the color balance on this. One moment. We're doing it live. PBC cam controls. The heck? I set these things right before I hit stream. Alright. We adjust manually. Need to pump that up a bit. There we go. Perfect. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're going. Oh yeah, why did I have this here? Why do I have this very smooth pen and a Vaseline on the screen right now? I wonder what's happening. Anyway, let me just put that aside. I'll leave that to your imaginations. Did not involve dick holes or anything. So yeah, anyway. I have this to work on. Hey Sheila! Welcome, welcome. Hope we're having a good start to your day. Let me just get this angle right. And then we're going to work more on this Chaos Knight, particularly building the arms and magnetizing the elbows. But welcome. Let me let me get my thing here. Because okay, do not put this anywhere near the camera, because that's my details. I got these neodymium magnets from Amazon, and they are they're advertised as being very strong, and yes, they are extremely strong, which is going to be perfect holding up the massive arms on this knight. So let me see if I can't demonstrate this with something that's not going to get zapped by. Oh Jesus! Whoop. Okay. And so this is. You can see my fingers are actually sliding. Oh shit! My fingers are sliding trying to pull these magnets apart. Ugh. Ooh. Yeah. So that shows how strong these magnets are. Which I think that's going to be pretty strong to hold the arms in place on this. Heck, I think I could probably magnetize the feet to the base if I wanted to. I'm not sure. I have no idea how I'm going to base this thing, honestly. But actually, cool. Now that I actually look at the feet, though, they're actually very hollow in the inside. I had the idea of going to pin through the feet, but the foot is completely hollow. I actually might have to putty fill that first to pin in. Ah, good thing I checked that. We're going to wait for 2.5 hours. Uh-oh. Got a red-eye flight tomorrow morning. Oof. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh. Ow. Ooh, Jesus. Ah, just on my hand, a little bit of my skin clipped here. And these... I should... Let me put my phone with my credit card well away from these magnets. These are actually dangerously strong. Well, let me try with a paperclip. Just see how hard that clips in place. Oh, okay. Paperclip has not much metallic in it. But I think... Yeah, this... Let's try it with some of my other magnets to see if I can mix my magnets with this. Yep. Nope. 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 That's... Well, this is apparently good neodymium. Let's say I have other supposedly neodymium, and they aren't as strong. But these, what are these? 8 by 1 mm. These... Oh, Oh, yeah. This is the good stuff. Actually, I even there's a message on top of the box saying that these were actually inspected by customs. It's like, whoopsie. Were they that magnetic? Well, then. So, let me just... Good enough. Okay, there we go. Safe in this box. There has to be nowhere near any of my computer stuff, man. Which is hard when my computer stuff is right by my feet. So yeah, I think we're good on that. So, well, I wish you good luck for your flight and stuff. Have a good time. But now, let me see. It is time. Let's just get those all the scrap nubs to the side. Let's build these arms. Because also, as I was looking at the instructions for this, as far as I can tell, I might not need to... The only reason I need to be able to have the elbows detachable for swapping is mostly because of this form here with the claw and chainsword. And those need to pop off to switch into the arm and gun and other gun. So that's the only reason why I actually really need to magnetize this. So I can tell for the actual guns, some magnetizing is needed, but the elbow itself is going to be... Even though I think they give one set of elbows for each main weapon. And there you go. Like, this gun part, this whole gun body at the back is the same on all the guns. You're just part swapping the front shield and barrel. And maybe an ammo pack at the side. So this I might not need to actually 3D print extra elbows unless I truly need it. Again, same for this one. I think this is just very specific, one whole set by itself. So what I'm going to do tonight is build all the arms together, make sure I have enough pieces to actually represent all the arms, and ensure that all I need to do is just magnetize here and here. Just as far as it involves just cutting away the original capture joint and then just directly gluing in these super strong magnets in place. So yeah, let's go and see. Again, I want to make this form for use, but this specific one in the box is great for being a Dreadblade ally for its rules. And if I can make both forms, then I can run almost every form. Like I said, the only form which I can't use is the one with the... I can't represent is the one with the tail, just because of how you need to part swap a load-bearing hip joint, half of a load-bearing hip joint, to have the tail version and non-tail version. I thought, you know what, I'll just have the non-tail version for this. Saves me having to try to transfer a model with a massive tail sticking out the back. And then on next night, because second big night is going to be a thing if I continue this army for sure, that I'll build with the tail. So, yeah. That is the plan. And so now I need to start making all these little arm weapons and stuff. So, I'm going to dump this on top of my keyboard so I can't see my keyboard anymore. Yeah, oh yeah, also, I think there's a weird thing with this head here. Like, this head has a little capture C-joint. So I'm supposed to put this here. And then a little C-joint glues over that to hold that in place. Then for some weird reason, the shroud that goes on top of the head... Yeah, come back. Is supposed to just connect to this rod. But then if you glue it solidly, that means the head is going to have to turn that armored shroud with it. But then that armored shroud really blocks a lot of the movement and scrapes the back of the back plastic here. So I'm not sure. Are you meant to just rotate the head in the position you want and then glue it like that in place? Which feels bad, man. Feels kind of meh, where the head can move so much more than this armored shroud at the top can. Yeah, the head can move this far with the armored shroud rigidly on it. We can actually move this far if it's allowed to move freely. So, what I'm thinking is, I will trim this off here, tiny magnet in the rod, big magnet on top of this little platform, and the rest of this is going to just go on top of that magnet. So then this top shroud is going to be fixed forward solidly, but then the head can still turn left and right while the shroud stays in place. Because I couldn't find any tutorials or videos of people mentioning that's being an issue or not. So I was like, do they just expect you to solidly build it or something? So, yeah, I think... Yeah, so I'm going to pretty much magnetize the little head joint as well. But I think the head is the minor issue. That's a very easy thing to do. What I want to do is work on the arms. Get progress built first of this. And see. Of course, I also make sure I don't glue anything that I don't manage to glue yet. Let's see. Where am I? Oh yeah, also have the little same way. I'm going to do the same way for the little shoulder mounty weapons here too. But first, arms. I'm skipping straight to the arms. Okay, here we go. So this is the Ruinator's main weapons. I need my nippers. Is it me, or does my camera really just seem to be a bit more blurry than normal? Can't tell. Or its focus is not as good at the edges anymore. Oh well, anyway. Future me issue. I need to get to the... Oh, we also have to choose the bloody face mask as well for the thing. We need 83 and 84. Here it is. Flip these out. 83. 84. So I think, yeah, this is going to have to trim off this entire little joint part here and just glue a magnet in place of it. And then put a magnet inside the capture side of the other elbow. That's B5 and 6. Need the fun part of now having to search around for the rest of the joints. Here we are. Also, there's a weird thing where, as I was looking through the manual as well, the joint that goes in the gun shows you can rotate it up and down, freely move it. But then there's two piston details, which if you want to glue those on, then you must fix the elbow at a rigid 90 degrees. And no other ways. It's like, could you have not like put that piston detail elsewhere or something, or not make it lock us in a specific angle? It's like, meh, minor, moderate nitpick, I think. Unless that rotating part is needed to actually make the piston fit in place first. It might be that might be the case. But anyway, we'll find out. If I go and find out. Now this is the part where I need to be a bit more careful in terms of just what pieces I have out to ensure I actually do have enough to capture if I want to permanently attach some of these pieces here and there. Let me see. Sand that down a bit. Let's just say, I really do like Knights, especially Chaos Knights. And I think now that I have a very good, solid Marine army, it's like, okay, let's start slowly adding some Knights here and there. And of course, I can proxy Knights as Imperial ones to ally to my Space Marines as I need to. Although I think the Chaos Knights work better as allies than Imperial Knights. A lot of Imperial Knights tend to need to support each other more than their allies. Or they're more Fellow Knight requiring than anything. Good day, mate. Hello. Sergeant John, welcome. We're doing some building more of the Chaos Knight. Actually, I'm preparing to magnetize the arms and stuff. I totally didn't almost clip and peel off skin from my hand from how fucking strong these neodymium magnets are. Oh, welcome. But yeah, just it was some weird design decisions with this. But I will have more of these coming in soon. Well, actually, I hope not soon. But slowly expanding it. I got a bunch of these. I got a good deal on the small War Dog set, which is like 7 War Dogs at effectively half price. That's a really good value box. Apparently, having 2 of those boxes is enough to run the War Dog only Knights detachment for Chaos. But I don't want to build 12 War Dogs. Plus, also that War Dog box is for building the main. I think 2 or 3 specific versions of the War Dog, and there's actually 5 or 6 versions, and you have to actually get buy the Imperial good guy version of the War Dog and use your leftover Chaos bits to Chaosify it to get the other weapon loadouts. It's like, it's one of the few things GW still sells where you can't actually you can't make it per the kit. You actually have to have a different kit to make it. Or you have to mix kits to make it. They've been going in a way of you can only build and deploy what's in the box, but they have not done that for the Knights. Specifically Chaos Knights. And this is after they got their updated codex this edition, so it's like, okay. So yeah, so this little thing, we're supposed to, I guess, clip... hold on, which way does this go? Like, that's it? Hold on, which way does it go? This way. So then this has to, like, go in here. Somehow carefully glue shut. And then it's like a solid thing with a little rotatey thing, which you can't remove out of this anymore. The idea is, as long as I ensure there's enough of these joints for all the gun forms, if they're, again, most of the gun forms seem to be just a part swap of the gun barrel, not the actual gun itself. So the body that connects this is fine. Then the plan is trim this part off, stick a magnet at the end of it, hide a magnet in there, and then we just go click, 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 as we need to for that. So actually, while we're at the stage, oh god, these magnets. Let me very carefully. Oh, very carefully. Oh god, these are the good shit right here, mate. If I hold this closed, can I fit that in? Oh, hey, look. Now it just pops straight in. Okay. Huh. It's ever so just slightly wider than that. Okay. Let's make this back in. I think, okay, I'm going to cement this piece to close first. And I'm going to just I'm going to give a little bit of a ream on this. We're going to be reaming live on stream. You won't live until you've reamed on stream. I'm going to ream that hole live. That's... I think I'll cement this just because this is going to be load bearing, so I want this to be nicely melted and merged together. Squish it a bit more. Okay. Should be able to just shave off the end of this. Means I might as well just cement this thing together. Let me, before I continue a bit more with this, 8483 is also asked for this weapon. Let me make sure there's another 8483 here. I'm not sure why I need to check that yet, but I want to make sure. There is. Okay, good. So they do give me Oh yeah, yeah. They do have to give me 2 of the upper arm. That's fine. So it's the lower arms, which they may or may not give enough of. Okay. Let us continue. Definitely want this nicely and solidly connected. So squish. Straight along. Squish. There. There we go. Okay. So, well, these 2 pieces, while the cement in those 2 pieces dry, let me just take a look. Just checking the manual for it. So then we have the body of the gun is B13. B12, B13. Okay, let's just quickly go ahead and see how the other weapon arms build. Whoop. A105. What the heck? What the hecky? Nani the fucky? Oh, okay, so the left arm is another joint piece. Alright, so C106. Alright, so I have the left draw arm has its own lower joint. The left laser arm has A105 and A106 joint. Okay. That's good. A114. So, okay, so I have a whole second gun like that. Alright. The chainsaw definitely will have its own lower arm, for sure. Okay. Then the other arm where's that piston going? Wait, hold on. Is that... What's this tiny little piston that they have connecting to this side of this? Where is that going? Wait a second, I'm looking... Oh no, wait, no, that's it. Oh no, that's on the upper arm. No, that's the upper arm, that's fine. It's the only things about the lower arm I'm concerned about. Wait, also the Thunderstrike Claw. It seems the Thunderstrike Claw is specifically right-handed. So, the right-handed claw in that picture, that is specifically more to be right-handed. It doesn't have any ambidextrous build option. Okay. Then, what about the other forms? Where's that? Other body. So the other body is B1213. B1213, was that part of the first gun we built? Yes, okay. So, this Flamestorm cannon gun shares the same back body as the Volkite gun. Alright. And what about the rapid fire battle cannon? I know one form of this has a rapid fire battle cannon somewhere. No, it doesn't. Wait, did I just miss the instructions or something? Wait, where's your laser gun at? You have a laser destructor arm. Did I miss it? Oh, here's a laser destructor arm. That uses the body of... No, laser destructor arm has its own body. Huh. So we have laser destructor arm, melter gun arm. No, laser destructor, flamestorm. Flamestorm matches with the Volkite. Is this actually more feature set than I was led to believe from videos online? Would people lie on the internet? Unthinkable. They would lie for clout and clicks. Who would do such a thing? Yeah, from what I can tell, this actually gives you all the pieces to make everything. The only exception would have been this joint, which would have been permanently joined together if you didn't know to cut that. But which, yeah, it was only basically the elbow, the lower arm would be permanently stuck to the upper arm. That's the only part that gets trapped and would make it permanent if you didn't know beforehand. Otherwise, it seems like it gives all the body pieces needed to make all the forms. Very interesting. Tom is in. Welcome. Love is Interesting first time chat for an account made 26 minutes ago. Begone, bot! I hope that was a bot. It's very suspicious that was a bot. Basically, you sound extremely suspicious, and I did not like that. And so I declare that this is a bot, and, yeah, yes. Anyway, continue. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I believe... Yeah, that is a bot, because I have seen that... I saw that message appear... someone sent that similar message to another stream I watch. And it also seemed very sus. Yeah, okay, yep. Anyway, moving on. So, moving on. Let me just work on the other upper arm joint first. Just so I have both arm joints ready to go. Oh god, these magnets are sticking to my tools. There we go. Yeah, I'll just say that Villa just comes popping into a stream going, "Hey, add me on Discord at blah." It's like, Thus. Then suddenly he's like, "Here's a free Discord Nitro link." Then suddenly, oh wait, I've lost access to my account now. And then you're sending crypto things to your friends. What the heck? Alright, 34 minutes in, I clip a nub, and it went flying, and I think it's landed in my head somewhere. I heard it clonk on my head. Anyway, continuing on. What's actually that? Yeah, that was the thing. It said account was 26 minutes old, and I was following 1 minute ago. Well, I never even got a follower notice, so I think that was Twitch itself auto-flagging that account. Yeah, the wonders of the internet, am I right? Continuing on, let us get a nice, good squish. This. I think this is my thing where actually I don't get that much progress done on this, just because there's going to be a lot of part preps. Right? That's just part of the hobby, and especially when you're trying to make the most of your wise investments into these models. So then I'm going to need another lower arm. I'll have to check though, because some of these lower arms... it's the laser gun on the left. Which joint does that one take? Where's that left laser gun at? Where's the left laser gun at? No, seriously, with it. I've been flipping way too many pages for that left laser gun. None of the fuck. Or I would actually be on the very pages on 105, 106 for that lower part. Okay, 105, 106. Here we go, 105, 106. All of those little panels. Flap. 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 And a flap. Okay. Well, let's see. I think, yeah, today I'm going to focus on all the magnetization modifications I need to do to these guys. That is the plan. So that means I'm going to magnetize, do the head magnetization as also those little shoulder weapon magnetizations. There we go. Yep. Well. Okay, there we go. Squish that more. Okay, let those dry. Let's go back and take a look. Because now I have to start. All right, I need to start comparing the bodies now because the bodies between these two flame guns may have different attachments. I need to see what, where, when, why, how to pre-magnetize by clamshell it closed. Or maybe I just YOLO it even. So that all clamshells together. So I've got a B at the bottom goes a B11. Hmm. Okay. So it has end cap is B9, B9. End cap is the same. The same front shield. Same inner piston. Same side pistons. So where is the part that's different? Let's see. C20, is that used? No, so some extra piping work. One of the weapons has some extra piping work, which I might be able to just ignore completely. And a different outside detail piece. So it's finished just a few outside cosmetic pieces and the front barrel, which is different. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So pretty much I can build the entire basic part of the body, excluding the external details and the front barrel. Which sounds like something that can be very easily magnetizable after the fact. Nice. Okay. Let's go for it. Although I'll probably have to build both barrels so I can make sure I get the magnets aligned the same on both of them. So let's get going to the main the gun, right hand side gun weapon. Need 10, 12, 13. Let's see. Here they are. Let me snip those out. $13. 12 and 10. Okay. Let's clean these pieces up. And remove seam lines. Also, magnetize these is going to make it much easier for painting, so I can just, what you call it, sub-assembly all this. Smooth that out. Nice. Okay. I'll snip these. And say, hi, Mighty Pokemon. Welcome. How are you doing, mate? I'm building that. Or at least I'm building that, but I'm magnetizing the arms so I can have every weapon option which I need. Which actually is not as big of a deal as it would seem to be. As far as I can tell, all I need to do is magnetize 2 elbow joints and 2 gun barrels, and that's it. That's also maybe some small detail piece of the front, like fuel tanks and one thing, but onto the same body. So I was like, would I even bother magnetizing that in the first place then? If it's such a small detail piece. So I was like, this is seeming a lot more straightforward than it originally appeared to be. Which is good then. Because we have... No, first, this pipey thing comes in here. And then this goes on top. Yeah. So that just solidly connects in. So actually, what I do need to do is this So this joint captures in there just fine. Cable is forward. So we have this articulation, which is going to then get de-articulated when I put the piston piece here, because the piston piece cannot extend. Unless I want to be a masochist and make a piston piece, movable piston piece, which I ain't got the time to do that. Let's see. So first off, before I capture this, let me smooth this piece down, where all the cement squish came from. There we go. Very nice. Very carefully. I probably should actually work on... Actually, once I get this cleaned up, I should probably immediately work on the magnetization part. While it's easy to access without a giant weapon piece hanging from it. So I'll just put this weapon piece to the side here. So now, as I recall, let me get my little hobby knife. I need to ream this out a little bit, or maybe just half round it, ever so slightly wider. And then grab... Here we go. Grab this. Clean it up, and then cut off its end part and do the magnetization.
Right now, mommy, daddy button.
That's so good. Thank you for the dick punch, Pugma. Good, appreciate it. Slanesh approves of this groinio-located pain. And so do I. Gift sub 100 subs, and I will punch myself in the dick with the Thunderstrike claw when it gets built. Yeah, there we go. That's my sub incentive. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. That will totally never backfire on me. Okay, so now I need to get rid of this end part specifically. Now I'm thinking it might have been easier to do if it was in two pieces. Oh well. There it is. With my totally sharp knife. Okay, well, sharp enough knife. Saw through this plastic. I had a hobby saw, but then I couldn't find it after that. So instead, I use a mostly sharp hobby blade. I'll lock that blade in a bit better. There we go. I will let her know. Thank you kindly. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Slicey slice. Come on. Do I... Oh, the fucking saw's right here in front of me. There we go. Oh. Oh, God! Oh, I'm gonna start storing with a rusty saw then. That's very chaos-like, isn't it? Chaos-like, isn't it? I mean, the hobby knife already left to the initial cut to act as a guide. What could go wrong? Let's see. Streamer slits all fingers off in one go with a rusty saw, live on stream. I do have that motorized Dremel, third-party Dremel, which I think actually would be more sus than this. There we go. I got it off. I'm a man of action and I got it off. Take that how you will. Now I need to flatten this out a bit with a not blunt file. Go. I know, actually, a better way to do this is with... Do I have a sandpaper near me? This is now an issue where I have a lot of sanding sponges, very little sandpaper. Let me just sand around the edges of this. Try to keep this as straight and as flat as possible. See. Do a quick run of cement around this to really smooth this out. This is looking straight enough. Where's that elbow I was working on? Was it this one? Might have been. Supposed to fit in, but it's not. The other one? No. Okay, so this has widened out the edge a bit, so let me just chamfer it inwards a little. There we go. Blend that in a bit. Let's do a very careful quick test. Yes. Okay. Let us now test the magnets. Oh. All right, seeming's okay. Seeming's okay. Let me grab a stack of magnets out right now. There we go. Ah, come on. Oh, God. Oh, the magnets are attracting everything. Close the box, close the box. No. Give me back my stack. Okay, there we go. There we go. So let's see. I need to widen this out a bit. All the way around. And this just slightly pressure fits in. Good. This plastic fits in perfectly nicely. So you need to get a polarity confirmed. Let's see, if I want to hold the polarity like this, so I want that polarity up. Okay, so I got this small stack there, with all the polarity in one direction. Better stack out, damn it! Oh, okay. So this has to go straight up. So it looks like, how far can I get this in? 1, 2, 3, 3 and a bit. So almost 4 magnets goes all the way in. So I think 3 magnets is the amount then to get the little inset. Okay. So. So. Glue. Super glue. There we go. A ring of super glue. Followed by magnet. As centered as possible. There we go. Okay. Get 2 more. So I got 3 deep stack of magnets. So those push all the way in. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Slide that away. Shove that magnet further in. Is that enough? Let me get some counter magnets to hold that further down. There. So that'd be enough to attach it in. Well, I think I'm going to shove a little bit of putty inside that, just to ensure that I have a level position on the mount. Let's see. Oh, ad break starts in about a minute. Can't do much about that. If you wish to skip the ads, feel free to subscribe. But only do so responsibly. Otherwise, I'll just really squish up this bit of putty and fill it in there. Okay, there we go. Let's get that putty in there. Mm. Then 2 more magnets. Like that. And then squish that as far in as I can. Okay, so now that putty should dry at the exact level the magnets need to be at. So even if the magnets pull off the putty again, I can just super glue it back. So I think just gotta leave it like this. So here, let me just quickly re-cement a bit of this. Okay, so that's one of the arm pieces ready. Let's get the second arm piece going while we're here. Also before my second blob of putty dries up, since I have enough of that. Very carefully slice through. Well, that's sliced through and swimmingly smooth. File down this ring. Rotate around here.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Yeah, thank you for the hydration, Nike. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. How you doing? Yeah, get some water. Welcome. I'm building a Chaos Knight. You can see a picture there. This is the upper body of it. Here are the legs of it. And right now I'm doing the magnetization work on the elbows so that I can swap between all the weapon options it has. Thank you for the hydration, by the way. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you are having a lovely day. Yeah, come on. Just need to chamfer this in manually a little bit. This. Oh, I need to. Here. Gotta wean this out a bit. Just a little casual bit of weaving. Nice and carefully. Nice and carefully. But yeah, just doing a lot of magnetization work today. Nice. Let's see. Sandal it. Okay, so let's see. Will this fit the magnet? Yes. Oh god. Now, let's stick with the knife. There we go. Will this mount in here? Yes. Very easily. Perfect. Okay. Flatten this out a bit more. And then glue and magnet time. There we go. Grab a stack. Secure that one on. There we go. Okay. Give that a moment to dry. Then I can slide those magnets off. Oh God, dealing with actually legit super strong magnets now is oh. Oh. There we go. No. Wait a second. Uh-oh. Okay, 1 second. Careful, careful, careful. Stick that first. Super glue again. Okay. Ah. Get glued. Oh, thank you for the follow, Shadow Glaive. I appreciate it. 1 second, I'm holding a glue cap in my mouth. Ah, there you go. Get the glue cap out. I'm trying to glue some super strong magnets into place here. Welcome, welcome. Anyway, come on. Press. Now, carefully slide that away. Okay, there we go. Blended. That should be the reaction to any time someone comes to my stream is a bruh, what the fuck are you doing, mate? I am not sticking pens up my dick. That's what I'm doing. There we go. Push. Okay, while that glue dries, let's not get my tools stuck anywhere and actually sand down the little bits of cement spludge between these details. Yeah, I'm magnetizing up a Chaos Knight as per the picture on the left of the screen. That is but one of the ways this thing can be armed. And with these minor modifications to these elbow joints specifically, instead of the model being fixed to one weapon loadout, I can magnetize and put in any weapon loadout. From the box, at least. Good. All the magnetization websites and stuff I looked at all seem to make this sound a lot more complicated than it actually appears to be. Other than the Reeboks, they Reeboks and added extra pieces so to give you these extra pieces, these bits. Because like, why would you need to 3D print extra elbow pieces? Because this kit seems to give all the elbow pieces you need. Like the main gun all share the same body of the gun, and it's just the barrel and some external details that are different. So I was like, Anyway, so yeah. Let me, before this last bit of putty dries, stick this in here to use as the magnet spacer. 1, 2. Get 2 more magnets at the end of this. And wish that in. There, okay. So these 2 upper arms and elbows now need to, unfortunately leave these overnight for the putty inside to dry. So once that solidifies, I can pull these out. Again, if the magnet pulls out with it, I can just glue it back into the putty point now. Well, now I have an awkward moment because maybe I can still work on this because as long as I don't swing that on too much, I can clip this on here. Okay. Oh no, it was cable forward, right? Yes, cable forward. So yeah, I can actually build this part of the body right now, as long as I make sure this thing doesn't pop off. So, okay, yeah, sure, let's just work with it. Again, just carefully cement around this area. Press. This I know I'm going to have to do some maybe drilling here or on the other piece later for the magnetization of the front barrels of the gun. But I'm also hoping it might just work as a pressure fit. Again, fuck around and find out. Ugh. This back piece actually has a legitimate gap in it. I can't... Actually, I can't... I can't close this back gap piece. There's an end cap that goes on that. Let's get that end cap on. If it helps. If not, then I'm going to have to bring out the old Surfacer 500 for that. Let me see. B9. What's the other thing? Is it the same end cap? Yeah, B9. I need the B9 cap. B9. Oh my goodness. Rummaging these runners. What the? Wait, what? Hold up. I am being a bit blind. I'm literally not seeing... Oh, fucking it. Here it is. Okay, here's the end cap I needed. Give me. Boom. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Find that smooth. So this is supposed to cap onto this somehow. How the fuck is that supposed to cap onto that? Have I? I can't have missed a step. No, I have not missed a step. How is this supposed to fit? What the fuck? Is this... seriously not fit? Oh, there you go. Oh. Okay, let me had to get the alignment right, but this back part is sticking out, doesn't fully close together, clamp shut together. So I'm gonna have to use cement to hold the back piece. Oh my god. No. Yeah, good. Checking the bloody pieces the right way up helps. There we go. Now it's in the correct way. Push. Cement all around. Okay, so you can see there's a small gap still. So that's going to be a future Surface of 500 job to fill that in. And then careful sanding. There. Okay. So there's extra details on this outer thing that go on. But those I'll see if magnetize or I'll just choose. Hello, Mr. Danjo. Welcome, welcome. I'm looking at these manuals right now to try to figure out how to magnetize this, because this is shared between two different weapons. I think just the outside detail pieces is different between them. And I think, yeah, outside detail pieces, and there's the barrel is a part swap. Now, this is some GW shenanigans where you have to permanently attach some pieces, which then makes other pieces impossible to remove. So I've got this joint in here with the magnets inside, and I got putty drying inside now to exit the magnet platform. I mean, it's just to be a ton of magnetization and puttying and building what I can. I'm hoping like the front of this gun is just the gun shield, and then the barrel that hopefully is just gonna be pressure fit in. Ideally, it's gonna pressure fit in. If not, I'll magnetize it. Doing good, building MG Blue 3D. Nice, really cool. And also, yeah, there is there's actually a noticeable gap. This just does not enclose around this piece fully and properly. Just like, cringe. Well, slightly cringe, I must say. It's not even a rotation piece, because this piece is perfectly aligned. So, again, Surface 500 will fix it up, no problem. There we go. Let me see. Yeah, also, it gives this thing where you can rotate the elbow back and forth, but then you need to fix a piston piece here that is a solid piston, which then eliminates all up and down movement here anyway. It's like, sure, you could just ignore putting that part on and get the up and down, but then you'll see an unused peg and hole there. It's like, meh. Like, why did they even make that rotatable then? Oh well, I need B7, B8 for this. B7, B8. Here's 7, so it has to be on this runner. Seven and 8. Let's see. Yeah, so it's just a big focus night towards magnetizing and puttying, and building what needs to be built to do said magnetizing and puttying, to make future streams just a assemble, or probably, if I have the time off stream, directly head to the paint shenanigans, which also could be a lot of fun. Although, again, I have no fucking clue what to paint this. I have so many, like, I really do like this paint scheme. And so I might do something basically like that. The dark metallic, like very dark gunmetal trim with the yellowy off-white color, I really like. The red bits, I feel like is a bit too cornate if I don't want this to be a corn worshipping knight. But I suppose white is a very good base color for any other color to work, so yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. YOLO. But yeah, as always, because this is going to be a big night as well, with big details, I do want to make sure I clean up the bits as best as I can, so also do slow down working on the mold lines and stuff. So then this piece goes like this. Oh, hold on. Oh, what the heck? Oh, so this does... Oh, but no, then... Oh, you bastards. So this piston can actually slide back and forth, but once I glue the pivot point, it's going to be stuck at a solid angle, so I have to pre-choose the gun angle. It's going to be either up or 90 degrees forward. I was saying just 90 degrees forward is just going to be the best option, I think. Yeah, I think just 90 degrees forward is going to be the best way to do it. Again, in this case of... I'm trying to balance, you know, the weapon swappability to make most of it, as well as having actually a solid model that's not going to flap around and fall apart on me, especially a big one on the table. That's like before Terminators, I do magnetize Terminators because I consider them an expensive model set, and they have some weapon options. But now it's like, actually no, Knights would need that, but for Terminators, maybe not so much. The heavy weapon Terminator, probably, but not for the rest of the squad. The rest of the squad can stick with their fixed loadouts just fine, relatively speaking. Let's see. This piston piece goes here. Nice. Fill that. Okay. Then A87. A87 is a tiny press. That's a looks like it's a jointed push fit piston, which I now need to spend time looking for. Once again, A87. Here it is. Give. Let's see. Snip. Sand that down. And very carefully. There. All right. So this goes on the inner. There we go. Okay. Got one free moving piston here. So now, okay, here's the big part. Here's the big part. The front gun shield and the weapon barrel. It's going to be B16. So it's going to be this gun shield. Snip, snip, snip. Okay. Uh, okay. And that down. Hey, because this is a chaos, like getting nicks in the trim area here isn't that bad because that's the armor's already fucked up anyway. Oh, there's a. Not sure if you can see. There's a small mold line between these spikes. Let me very carefully. There we go. Quick swipe to smooth it. Okay, so let's see. Let's test the press fit. Oh, that was a good press fit. Wow. Okay, that was an extremely good press fit. I can't easily pull it off again. Like this gun still stays on anyway. For this, it's the weapon barrel. That's the part that he swap out. So let's build that. This is a dark flame something, I believe. And once I find it, here it is. On the new runner, because this is the Ruinator's weapon set. Let's very carefully trim this off. Fortunately, it's a clamshell of 2 halves of a curve. Not a fan of that. So that's going to take a bit of sanding to smoothen out. Oop. Okay. Trim, trim. 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 Next one. Oops. Yeah, tiny little bits and bobs. All right. So, let's see. What the is that? These 2 halves come together. Nope, that is a lovely center line. I'm gonna have to fill in. Anyway, let's see. How about this? Okay, so wow, that is there is no pressure fit at all here. That just sits on it. But this is a hollow piece here, and that's a solid flat piece. So magnet, squish with putty inside this part. Done job. So let us seal this together first, and also I'll get the other weapons swap option ready as well. Just can magnetize both together. Squish. Get the front barrel as well. Squish. Along that cement part here. Squish. That's going to take some tiny little bit of fine sanding. But it is what's required. Our duty is not done, brother. Squish. Very careful. Okay. Alright. So while that barrel dries, let me just skip ahead and build the other barrel for this. That's a bit further. That's the Knight Abominance Volkite weapon. Which is, as you may or may not know, Volkite is fucking shit! But it's a cool looking weapon. So 14-15 is what I need to put together first, just to get that barrel ready. The rest of the details can be added later. Whoops, back to camera for good luck. This time with the runner itself. Boop. Snip, snip. There we go. Let's clean the nubs. That's interesting. Let's see. So this one has an hollow indent. This one has a solid indent, it looks like. Oh, so this one pressure fits in. Okay, so they are... So this gun pressure fits in. But this one, which is hollow on the inside, actually has some... Literally has wiggle room in it. Small gap of wiggle room. Okay, interesting. That means I'd have to drill into this, putty it up, and then do the same putty trick on that later. Okay. Okay. And, oh, God. Cement line through all those coils. Oh, oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, Scoop. That is going to be a witch to deal with. Oh, hello. What's going on here? Oh, Valky! Hello, Valky and everybody. Welcome. Let me, get you away. Y'all came in just as I was literally bitching about something. Hold on. That's Ash. Oh, what were you doing, Valky? Come on, Valky. The meow. There we go. Welcome in. Hello, I'm Coleman, the Plamo VTuber. I VTube. I build model kits, waifus, Gundams, and shenanigans. And hello, thank you kindly for the hydrate. Oh, thank you kindly. Welcome. Yeah, waifu. I have a waifu here right now, you can see. There we go. Bad angle. Hold on, okay. I'll take her out of the box. 1 second, let me take the waifu out of the box and show her off. Yeah, I'm trying to magnetize up a Chaos Knight. Like the picture down here. Yeah, let me show the waifu. I can show you multiple waifus. Do I have a Digimon kit? I don't know if I have a Digimon kit or not. Anyway, there we go. Here's a... Whoa. Wow. Okay, fine. Okay, let's fall apart. Like that. Blammo. There we go. Here's a little Kitsune warrior, which I built and painted up a few streams ago. This was very, very tiny work to deal with, honestly. I think it only took like 3 or 4 streams to get it done. Went pretty well. And actually, I also have this. She came with this box of extra heads as well, which I never got around to going to. Nice and detail. Thank you kindly. I do some bigger resin waifus, but I can't show those on stream at all. Those will be forever on my social medias, somewhere, buried somewhere. Yeah. Also, yeah, I also have there's primary waifu here. Hold on, let me get this going, Kurt. Come on, come on. There you go. Here's me with primary waifu here. With primary OG waifu. I totally do not have a massive Asuka collection at all, but I do. But yep. There we go. I'll always have this on hand to show off. And yeah. And of course, beyond that as well. Well, don't you fall. And just because I have this nearby, I've got the bean. I've got Zakumiku onesie. She stares at me at all times now near my computer. Actually, there's the gacha Zakumikus. Oh, wait, hold on. That's the pile of things which I never sorted on my desk. There's another Asuka here. And also, oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's this thing which I was working on, which I never got around to finishing yet. Where's her hair pieces? Oh, here's a hairpiece. This is a... There we go. Yeah. This is from a 2-set model kit called the Plamax Naked Angel line. Take a while to guess what the second set from the kit has. Yeah. There we go. That is a... To be done soon. Now that I've finished this lady, and I know I can paint that scale for skin and stuff, she might be up next to actually finish up now. Yeah. But yeah, no, so I got all my paints and tools and gunk here. Yeah, I am a degenerate. You can quote me on this. I am an utter degenerate. Withheld only by Twitch's rules. But yeah, again, yeah, thank you for bringing everyone over. And of course, yeah, if it's late, feel free to stay, go if you need to. But yeah, but otherwise, right now, I'm working on this Chaos Knight and my Space Marines, so not that much sus stuff happening right now. As long as this camera doesn't suddenly tilt towards my crotch again. But, but yeah. Oh wait, you want some sus stuff? Here we go. Now, when we look for the rest, yeah, this is the main body of the Chaos Knight here. And as in previous streams, previous stream when I was building this, I did mention that this armored detail panel here does look like armored labias. I'll just let that sink in. Let that sink in for a moment. And I may or may not put the armored plate over that or not. What? You know what I said. You heard what I said. That's totally not an armored camel toe this mecha has without the crotch plate in place. Yeah. No sisters. I have a combat patrol of sisters. I've just not gone around to that because I've been busy trying to make my Space Marines, my vehicles and stuff. And then I picked this thing up with a discount code. So I was like, you know what? I love the Chaos Knights. They look really great. Let's work on this first. Yeah, totally heard it now. Indeed. I mean, come on. It's at the crotch level. It's 2 parallel lines with spikes. It's like, what do you expect me to think? And also, it's a Chaos Knight. It's been inhabited by probably some Chaos God of Pleasure and Slanesh bullshittery. Or Violence and Corn. Could be both even. Who knows? But, yeah. Right now I'm just busy make sure I can magnetize all the weapons, because the way this thing builds is if you build according to the instructions exactly the entire way, you are stuck with one weapon loader and that's it. You have a bunch of spare weapons you can't even attach on. So as you can see here, on the dust, I was sawing off end caps and then replacing them with super strong neodymium magnets so I can pop these in and out. I can't show that right now because I got putty inside holding the receiving magnets in place. I need to let that dry overnight. But I'm just working on all the rest of this. Like, this gun has 2 front weapon options. There's this one that is a very loose fit and is going to need to have a magnet to hold it in place for sure. While then this gun option just pressure fit straight in, no problem. But then I'm going to have to drill a bit of it out in here to leave space for the magnets. So Basically, spending a bit of extra work to let me get the most out of this still expensive model. Chaos God of Pleasure, yes. If you look at Warhammer 40k, there's Slanesh, who is the Chaos God of excess, pleasure, emotion, and sadism. Yeah. But there's the Chaos God of words I can't really say, and Games Workshop, in their attempts to make their always market their game as being 14 plus, have a very hard time marketing Slanesh compared to, say, Khorne, who is just the Chaos God of anger, violence, and battle, or Nurgle, the Chaos God of rot and decay. It's like those are okay, kind of okay to give to kids and stuff, but a Chaos God of excess and pleasure, and drugs and stuff is like, you got a bit of a marketing problem with that one there. However, that Chaos God has also been part of the thing for multiple decades, so you can't really just get rid of that Chaos God either. Also, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, basically, in the world of Warhammer, there's the Warp, which is like, there's like hell, but it's sort of it's a parallel universe instead of hell. And inside are the Chaos Gods, and basically, one's feelings, emotions, and psychic energy are what empower those Chaos Gods. And so, pretty much, if you're very violent, those violent tendencies empower Khorne, the god of Chaos God of war and battle. Your tendencies for perfection or lust and so on, that is from Slanesh. Rot and decay and pestilence is from Nurgle. And then fate, changing fate, and most magic abilities are from Tzeentch, the Chaos God of, the Chaos God of entropy and ever-changing. And basically, those four facets of the universe empower those Chaos Gods. Although, fun fact actually, the Chaos God Slanesh, the god of excess and pleasure, didn't actually exist at first. However, the Space Elves got to a technological peak, and they were pretty much, they had everything they ever wanted and needed with their technology, and so started falling to depraved acts of debauchery to keep themselves entertained on a civilization level. And they ended up, for better or for worse, murder-fucking a Chaos God into existence, unintentionally, and dooming their entire species as a result. So Slanesh went from never existing at all to suddenly having always existed through all across time and space, because the Space Elves got bored because they had reached their technological peak. Welcome to 40k. Also, that also caused a permanent hole in space with a direct portal straight to the Hell Zone, where you get a little bit of demonic invasions here and there. And that's a TLDR of the Chaos Gods, and specifically Slanesh, the very hard to market Chaos God. Okay. Yeah, this gun pressure fits in just fine. Just that this one, this is actually a new piece. They've reboxed all the Chaos Knights with a new runner with this extra weapon. This new extra weapon, look at all that play in that. You actually have to manually align this when you'd glue it normally, so you can't pressure fit this one in easily. Oh well, that's what the magnetization is for. Oh god, standing between all those tiny coils is gonna be heck. Not impossible, but annoying to say the least. Also, yeah, I need a thinner file. But yeah, I was literally just complaining about that when all the raided in. Again, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate for the raid in. But yeah, I'm just going through this, magnetizing what I can. After this, I have the melee weapons to magnetize Okay, that doesn't reach as well. Oh shit! I'm gonna need a. I'm gonna have to do it manually with the knife. Just wiggle the knife in here to sand that up. Then I have the head, the shoulder weapons, and then that's it. Although looking at the time, look, since Valkyrie raided, then that means it is actually a little bit on the late side for me as well, because I do know we share the same time zone. Let's see. Look at the time. It looks like I got a good 45 minutes left in me for today, I think. Before I also need to go to sleep for work and stuff. Let us just very carefully clean that up. There. Okay. And then this. Yeah, Warhammer 40k is certainly a interesting universe. TLDR, overall Warhammer 40k is basically, it's 40,000 years in the future. Everything is shit. Humanity has devolved far from where it was meant to be. They've fallen far from the God Emperor's tenets. Everything is shit. Wars all over. Everyone's fighting each other, and chaos laughs and enjoys the bloodbath. Have fun. Insert a little bit of body horror here and there. And that's that. It is the epitome of grimdark. And I personally play the Space Marines, the Emperor's finest, the humanity's super soldiers, who supposedly have superior tactics and mental faculties, which they use to make suicidal charges most of the time for honor and stuff, or make the most stupid decisions ever. May not be due to the writer's own stupidity than actual Space Marine stupidity. And, well, they're the poster boys. They're fun to play. They're all supported and nice. But I definitely want to get into these Chaos Knights, which are these basically... They fall into chaos and they're like knight houses, except instead of steeds, they don't ride steeds to battle, they ride giant robots to battle instead. And they may or may not be horribly and painfully merged with their robots as part of the chaos corruption for power. And that just seems like a very cool concept to me. They can have spikes and everything. And just... I feel like they look cooler than the more cleaner looking Imperial Knights. Which are basically these, but without the spikes and stuff. And the fucked up body horror bits. And, yeah. Okay, there we go. So that is... So we have one weapon set here, I think. Wait, do I? No, okay, no. This has some small claw bits that stick... Well, spike bits that stick to the end of this, but for the purpose of painting, I will leave those for last. I'll attach those much, much, much later, so... I think that is... This part... Oh, I need to do the filler here. I should do the filler now before I forget, just because it'll dry overnight, and then whenever I next come back to this, I can, sand it down. Let's see, where is my paper clips? I mean, not paper clips, toothpicks. Yep. There we go. Just using some good old Surfacer 500 from Mr. Hobby. And I'm just going to dab a toothpick in. Just stick it where it needs to fill in bits. Like that. It acts kind of like a liquid putty. And then I can just sand this down later. And you'll never know the difference once there's paint over on top of that, you'll never know the difference. So just dunk and tap this and push it where it needs to be. There we go. Like that. You know, during Christmas, there are only 25 letters in the alphabet because there's no L. Huh. Okay. Interesting fun fact. There was... Where? During Christmas, there's only 25... I'm... I kind of understand a bit of that. Maybe. I also might just be being dumb and blanking just because I'm trying to focus on getting these little bits in here. Hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you for this lovely fun fact. This part is going to be hell to try to sand, but oh well. That is a challenge I have to accept. Oh no, I can just pop that. I forgot. Hold on, I can just... There, just pop that front shield off. That was a pressure fit. Come back. There we go. Now I can actually reach this. Dot. Put in. Just fill. Generously fill because this is pretty sort of soft to sand away later, so it's not too much of a ass to deal with. There we go. Just stick that a bit more here. There we go. Okay. That is filled. Oh, chainsaw to the side there. Let's close this. And then we can work on the other arm now. Now that I know the procedure, it should be pretty quick now. 1, 2, 3. So that's one arm ready. Let's get the other arm ready. That should be the dark flame. No, not dark flame lance. Oh, that's actually another lower... Oh, that's another lower arm. Hold on. Maybe... Wait a second. Might have to build another elbow. We might have to build another elbow. Where is it? Is it the melee weapons now? Hold on, I'm flipping the manual. Let's see. So this drill piece body is a 105, 106. C105, 106. Chainsword A1718 A. Okay, so no. Okay, so there's just multiple extra lower arms, which is nice. Yeah, magnetizing the knight far easier than expected. Just takes a bit of time, that's all. So now let's build this. Because if you want to picture that to the left, that's more the picture Case Gamer wants. I'm actually first going to build this weapon loadout because I'll be playing with this weapon loadout sooner than later. Once I get more knights, I'm going to switch to that loadout instead. So, weird triple drill thingy, the bobby thing. So I'm going to need a 105, 106. Let's see. Looking for the joint. Plus all these runners. Wait, oh wait, no, did I make that already? I might have made that one already. Oh yeah, sorry, no, oh fuck, that. It's right. That joint thing is right here. This other one which I have currently drying with the cement and stuff. Let me just sand this down a bit. Okay. So then C1, C2. Okay, C1, C2. This looks like it's all going to be on the new runner, or the new weapon piece. The majority of the weapon bits seem to be for that new weapon piece specifically. Give. 1. Is this piece 1? Hold on, is that actually piece 1? Doesn't actually... Oh yeah, P1, maybe. Actually, it doesn't say, but it has to be. That's the only clamshell piece on this runner. Oh, and the other half. I do know this claw drill thing has an extending mechanism, which is 1, that's cool, but 2, that's going to scrape paint. So I'm going to have to either heavily sand down the mechanism so it can have the space for the paint to go through, or I'll just fix build it in a simple. Hey, Wraithwa! Welcome, welcome. Great, appreciate the raid. Hello. Let's get you a shout out. So the Wraithwa. Wah! Hi, welcome. How are you doing? I'm making a Chaos Knight, my first Chaos Knight, and I'm magnetizing it. Yeah. Oh shit, I've just realized. I've got the upper arms ooh, hold on. Oh no. I've also just realized, because I've got these upper arms holding the magnets in place for the putty to dry, I actually can't pull these out yet to magnetize the lower arms of the melee weapons. Oh shit, I literally can't work on the melee weapons tonight until the putty in here dries. Yeah, welcome. I got a 200, literally just arrived today, thankfully. A 200 set of these 8mm by 1mm neodymium magnets that are, oh, very strong. Ugh. Oh god. Shut back up, Pete. Yep, there you go. Almost knocked the thing over. So I was like, these will do. These will do, pig. Those will work fine for magnetizing these arm weapons in place. And, thankfully, they are actually on the packet. They do what they say. They are fucking strong magnets. So yeah, actually. So I actually can't magnetize everything tonight just because the melee weapons need to wait until the putty's dry on these ranged weapons. But, yeah. Otherwise, having a lot of fun with this kit. Here we go. Snip. Yeah, it's cool having just a giant big mecha guy with spikes and chaos corruption bullshit all over it. So now this piece goes like that. And then this slides in here. Like so. Okay. Perfect. Let us cement together. Cement very carefully. Squish. Let's see. But I need those side pistons as well. The side pistons. Hmm? Wait, hold on. What the heck? Yeah, that's correct. So it goes this way. Oh, I see. So this is a different direction. Okay, so 113, 112, 113. Here they are. Give me these little pistons. Lip. Oh. 1 113. These have mold lines. I need to very carefully clean those off first. Yes. Very good. Snippy snip. There we go. Then, knife. Knife! Clean it. Straight down. Tiny ass pistons. Nice and carefully. On the tip. Carefully, we're shaving and edging the tip, as we do on this channel. There. So it's 112, was it? 113 I just snipped out. I think that was 112, so that's on the inside. This one. Okay. Cement. Cement. Come on, stay together. Stay together. Trim. There we go. Very carefully. Our break will end soon, it looks like. Very good. Very, very good. Clear it out. Right across. All the mold lining. There we go. And welcome back from the advertisements, everybody. I passed the time by just removing all the stupid mold lines on this. Now let's mount this back on here. There we go. So then, so yeah, so looks like at least I'll be able to magnetize into the weapon loadout, which I intend to be using this at least for now, which is the Ruinator loadout. Auto flop. Now the pistons are in place. Let me cement down this lower side. That's going to need a ton of bit of a squish, a ton of sanding later to smooth that out. Squish. There we go. Okay. So then, pipe. Oh, what the heck? A tiny two-piece pipe. 11C12. Ugh. Okay. 12. And 11. Give. Yeah. Quick rundown on the mold line. Half round for the inner mold line. There. This one. Ah, smack the camera with my head. For good luck. Also, wait, if you're back, welcome back. What? You're doing miniature models. What are you making, my good sir, if you are still around? Okay, good. Oh, thank God this tiny piece is keyed in. Perfectly fine. Got that there. Welcome back. Space Marines, of course. Let me guess, Black Templars. Haha. There we go. Gee, yeah, yesterday off stream, I was painting these guys. I got these Eliminators secondhand from a friend. They were painted salamanders. And, oh, my tracking. And yesterday I repainted these to my Blood Angels scheme. Still some small details to do. And, but yeah, they're pretty cool. These are the bolt snipers. My existing three I made myself have the las fusils. So basically I now have the option of either 2 squads of 1 of each, or I can just proxy a 6-man squad. And I do intend to try to proxy the 6-man las fusil squad, because if you stand still, you get devastating wounds. So 6 shots, 6 potential hits. Statistically, 1 of those is going to be a D6 devastating. And I have a Phobos Librarian to give them lone up, so outside 12 inches they can't be shot at. So I was like, you know what? They're pretty safe to kind of just keep somewhat in the open, standing still, and just sniping at whoever they can. It seems like something fun to do and try. And now I don't see or understand how this pipe is supposed to go. Huh. Oh wait, yes, now I do. But yeah, I was in a big mega game over the weekend. It was like everyone had to bring 3,000 points. That was a lot of fun. I bought 3 of them. Actually, that's what I got in second hand. I had 3 of them with the Phobos Librarian sitting on a home objective, just holding it. And worked out pretty well. Our opponent actually never got close enough or within line of sight of them for me to actually ever shoot them the entire game. Pretty much they were just, if you come on line of sight, here's 3 dev wound weapons about to hit you, and you can't shoot them outside 12 inches, and they're holding the home objective for us. Like, come hither if you dare. And, well, they never got close, thankfully. Just saw a wall of bodies and my tanks, and I formed a dreadnought line with my friend, who also had 3,000 points on my team. So we had a line with 2 ballistas and my Redemptor dreadnoughts, just shooting down the midboard, and that was really cool looking. Just in formation. I need to go through my pictures and actually, crop them out and share those. Since that game, I've been pretty busy and tired and stuff. It's like, oh, jeez. 3,000. At 3,000 points, it came down to I had to just bring whatever I had. Like, I had a Land Raider, which I put 10 Death Company on foot with a Death Company captain inside. It's like, yep, here we go. That gets me points. And actually, that's worked out pretty well, because the Death Company captain gives Scout 6 to the transports embarked in. So I had a Land Raider Redeemer with Scout 6 at the start of the game. It's like, oh, there we go. Let me just get myself a little bit closer for my 12-inch flamers to hurt you more. And that was a really neat thing. And oh, okay, I need to do the other cable now. But also, yeah, sniper rifles look so similar anyway. It's mostly just the side of it that looks different. And basically, if both types work out pretty well for me. Actually, the reason why I actually hate these second hands, I think actually they were third hand. One person had them, thinking they'd be good, didn't like how they worked, and sold them second hand to my friend. My friend tried them out, thought he liked them, didn't like them, and then sold them on to me. And so far, with just 3 of them, I've found some decent. Nothing too insane with them, but they've been either a cheap 85-point home objective holder with some dev wound threat. And I feel like, maybe having 6 is the critical mass I need to actually make them a threat and an opponent. And then sticking with the librarian so they can't be shot at. So it's like, okay. And in my case as well, it's like, if I end up not liking them as well, I'm just going to keep them. Because, rules change. Like, Blood Angels, we got shit models this edition, but at least we got good rules. Never know, the rules might get completely fucked up in 11th edition coming in next year. And I might change which attachment I run and stuff. And so maybe the Eliminators might become useful again. Well, they might become more useful or key to my army. So it's like, I'm going to pretty much have at least a single full-man squad of every Marine type just to cover, rules changes and stuff or detachment changings. Except the Desolation Marines. Because I guess if they got their points reduction, sure, but right now the Desolation Marines are unplayable. Except specifically in Deathwatch. But then I have a, rocket launcher firstborn Marine I can stick into proxy anyway, so it's like, yeah, I don't need to buy a whole box of Desolations for that. So yeah. Although I am going to be trying to... I am doing the dream. I have 18 Outriders. I've been running 6 in games in 2 squads of 3, and they have been surprisingly scary. And actually, even in the Mega game, they had some fun bullshit with the keywords. One of our opponents was Harlequins, and they had all those jet bikes with anti-vehicle 3 up, blasting away at us. The thing is that they are only strength 3 or 4, and guess what? Outrider bikes don't have the vehicle keyword. They have the mounted keyword only. So all his super anti-vehicle bike spam was wounding my bikes on 5s. And we're like, oh. Oh shit, okay. It's like, your anti-vehicle stuff does not faze me. And neither does the Death Guard anti-infantry, because again, they don't have the infantry keyword either. They have the mounted keyword only. So it's like, Outriders and the little Mario ATV are the spot where they can't be anti-anything with their keywords. Because they are neither vehicles nor infantry. Nor flying as well. And so it's like, okay. And so I have 18 Outriders of a mix of legitimacy to them. I mean, that's still the one of those kits, and also there's talks of the multi-build kit coming out next year anyway. So it's like, I have options. So I was like, yeah, I can't advance and charge all of them at once, but just having multiple bricks of 6 with an attached ATV feels like there's a lot of points, but then there's also my opponent needs to choose something that can actually easily kill strength 5 or toughness 5 4-wound vehicles, or shoot the rest of my army. So it acts as both a distraction and a major threat if they don't deal with the distraction, which is a very nice conundrum to give my opponents. Also, hello, Nurgle Matthew, by the way. Welcome. Because yeah, the Outrider bikes had their rules update change this edition too. Instead of auto advance 6, they lost that. Now it's +1 strength, +1 damage on the charge. So, without any Blood Angels rules, they have strength 5, AP 1, damage 2 chainswords on the charge. Which, a 6-man squad, 6 mag 4 attacks, that's 24 strength 5, AP 1, damage 2 chainswords hitting a target when they charge it at full strength. Going up to strength 7 if you're Blood Angels on the charge. +1 to wound with the bike chaplain as well. So I was like, ah, interesting. I can wound up to, let's see, what's on 3s? 14. I can wound up to toughness 13 units on 3s. I believe. No. 7s, 4s with no, toughness 6. I'd wound toughness 6 on 3s to 2s. No, I'd wound toughness 7 and lower on 2s, no matter what. With chainsword doing damage 2, which is the ideal anti-marine profile. So it's like, huh. Surprisingly potent. And again, 24 attacks, or up to, was it 5, 3 is a 15, 30 attacks as Blood Angels on the charge. Anything with even higher saves or higher toughness, like, a few of those are going to get through, and multiple damage 2s pile up quite quickly. I was like, there's some spiciness to this list. Although it's down to trying to calculate whether my Blood Angels +1 attack, +2 strength outweighs the White Scars one of advance and charge on everything. And it's like, right now I feel like not having advance and charge on everything, but getting the plus strength and attack really helps make sure you can saturate the target and then confirm a charge and kill with it. Versus charging everything in and then you just can't quite kill anything tough because you lack the strength or attack number. That's also why it's very hard for me to not play Blood Angels now, just because that +1 attack on the charge is so deliciously tasty to use. Like, all other melee just feels subpar to it. It's like, ugh, I need my attacks. I need my big numbers. I need to throw buckets of dice every time I charge, with even the most basic of unit. Also, some games they allow legends unit stuff. The Sanguinary Priest on bike is a legend unit, and it's like, is +1 to wound better? Or, since I'm still relatively low strength, go for +1 AP so that I have massive attacks already, so something's going to go through. And then just pushing AP2 means on AP2 I'm going to push 4-up invuln saves with them no matter what. And so there's a better chance my opponent will fail with those 4-ups. Because basically, making 4-up saves, if you spike it, you're going to block the AP1 anyway for that. So pushing AP4 statistically feels like might be better than getting +1 to wound. And then all you need to do is just hit bash Sanguinary Priest on bike. Or another fun option for Legends games that allow Legends units, Librarian on a bike instead. Because Librarian on bike gives a whole squad 4-up invuln. Just like, ooh. So there's all these bikes that can't be anti-whatevered at toughness 5, 4 wounds apiece, with a 4-up invuln running around. It's like, do you really want to shoot me with your big things? Or your small things? Like, extra tasty. So quite literally, I truly feel like I'm going to be transitioning not transitioning, but building models for my list to make myself into a heavily mechanized Blood Angels list. So bikes, transports, and just assault units. And just see how that works. Will be very fun, very thematic. Of course, having this many bikes, trying to follow Codex Astartes, I can't fit that many into one company. Well, my second company. So I will have to actually decide, which company is going to be the all-bike company? Or at least maybe a half-bike company. it has also be a company that I haven't really made a captain for, so might be 6th company, I think. Oh, I've got actually. I gotta recheck the codes of Astartes. I remember one of the reserve companies is meant to train and deploy in speeders and stuff. I gotta recheck which one that is, and then I think it might be maybe 6th or 7th company. I think one of those two companies trains in attack bike usage, and I'll probably just whenever they release a captain on bike, paint him in that color, and then trim all my outriders to that company. It's like, yeah, here's my entire 6th company here for a massive cavalry charge. Just nyum. Let's see. Okay, so that's just the back of that. Cool. But then this has that's got a bunch of cement that's ooze that needs to what you call it, dry up. So let's see. I think actually if I can't get to that magnetization stage, let's see what time is it? It's gonna be 11:30. I think I might call it a bit early today, just because there's no other major magnetization work I can really do. And I do need to clean up some things here, so I think that's a little bit of a abrupt end, but I think I might call tonight early and just work on the rest of this off stream and next week then when I can get some big major progress working, because yeah, actually, I'm at a stage where I need to just wait for that putty to dry. Now I know that, I can get that prepared for next time. I think with that, I will just say thank you everyone for watching today. Greatly appreciate it. And yeah, let's send the fun over to some peeps who... Ah, here we go. I know the perfect peep. Let's send the fun this way. /raid. There we go. We're gonna go finish the night off with Chisa Scarlet. She's doing a collab with Atto for a Asian game jam thingy. I don't remember the full details. And yeah, it seems pretty cool stuff. So yeah, I thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it. I have my socials here. My Discord is here. And yeah, let's get a raid message going. Raid message is going to be the community has come by to stick magnets on everything. We can add a bunch of emotes to this. And there we go. That's the raid message. Yeah, thank you all for coming. Greatly appreciate it. So basically, pretty much, I didn't do the shoulders. Fuck. I couldn't do the shoulders. Never mind. No, everything's waiting for the putty to dry. Fortunately. So yeah. With that said, though, thank you all for coming. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you everybody for the raids as well. I'll catch you next week and on social media and Discord and stuff. And yeah, until next time. Away we go. Yeah.